We're going to get to our first caller, and then we're going to be talking about T-Man. And this is going to get pretty crazy because I know that there's going to be some flaring opinions here. I know that actually people have been going both ways lately and talking about all this stuff. People are pissed off or they're super happy right now. We'll talk about that here in a minute. All right. What I will say, though, is T-Man was CV free in like 3 days. It was like, boom, done. That right there should tell you that something else might have happened there. All right, Dex, if you want to bring in the first caller, again, the number is 224400 Lori Maggie 5, Snowboard, Leah Lou, thank you so much. Unicorn Forest, Heaven's Calling, thank you over on D-Live. All right, we've got you live here. You are live on Marfoogle News. You are live.
Hey, can you hear me, Mark?
We can all hear you.
Okay, cool. Glad to be back. I was just here a couple weeks ago. How are you?
Hey, how are you doing? So, what is the subject today? I'm just pulling up your card here.
Okay, we called in a few weeks ago. I wanted to thank you and Dax for all you do. It's an amazing thing. Huge inspiration. We also want to thank the Foogle fam for pushing us over 1,000 followers on our YouTube channel. They did a great job. It's fantastic to talk to all of them. I had two questions for you tonight.
Go ahead. You had some sort of buzzing noise there.
Sorry about that. The first question was, what does your gut tell you about this T-Man floating video and the fact, like you just said, he's out of the woods in 3 days? Is the problem that he was hiding from over with? Is it still to come? Do you think there's any possibility that maybe they faked him coming back?
Well, I'm glad that we can just get right into it because this is probably the craziest thing of this entire thing. So I do think that he was taken somewhere. And there's a lot of reasons I think that. I don't think that it's really that hard to see. I don't see how people are not seeing the obvious. They even sent the press away back to Washington, D.C. They were all livid. In fact, we have articles about that as well. They were frankly livid that they sent all the main press back to Washington, D.C. and then did a drive around the block. And then people were like, oh no, here's proof right here. He just went out and greeted his people. Did he really? He actually drove by in a vehicle.
Today.
The what?
Was that yesterday you did the video where you had him in the back of that SUV and you were like, this basically could be a hologram. We don't know that that's him. Like you said, they misdirected the press. Like this is a clear setup.
And by the way, a lot of people don't know about that technology yet, but we covered some DARPA stuff. And what it is, you guys have all probably seen the videos of the invisibility shields. That's one thing, but a similar type of glass that they were designing for the Queen of England. And what it was is if she is in a limousine, it could show and look like she is in the car, and that could be a decoy, a political decoy. They were working on decoy systems so they could send 3 cars out. They all have the Queen in them, and nobody really truly knows which one has the Queen in it. It will look like somebody is sitting in that car. It basically projects on a very thin piece of glass a realistic image of somebody sitting in a car. That is technology that exists. So as far as him not getting out of the car, him doing the weird video saying, I'm not telling anybody else, and I might get there before you know it, but I'll be there, and I might just give you guys a visit, and then all of a sudden he's driving by within a few minutes. And obviously people could say he recorded that before and then drove out and went there. I think it all smells weird. And he was wearing a mask behind a tinted window.
Yeah, that and the fact you mentioned he has body doubles, like his wave was just strange. It's like the carefree wave of a child. It doesn't make any sense.
Well, and again, people don't realize that this is not a Bond 007 thing. Almost every president has had a body double, and we're talking about this is somebody they picked from inside, somebody who is a CIA agent or high up in there and has a strong resemblance. And if they aren't perfect, they will actually do physical surgery. Other countries are more public about this. You actually have other presidents that have body doubles and they get their ears fixed, say T-Man. T-Man has one ear that's pointed and one ear that's rounded. So that would be a dead giveaway if it wasn't him. But that can be surgery. The eyes in that shot, the one picture, did you see the shot in that video? It does not look like him. It just doesn't. It's weird.
Then he had that giant mask on. It made no sense.
Well, exactly. Let's see here. I'll pull up the video just to. What was the second question? Where was that it?
My second question, when I first saw your show topic, I really got excited because I've been wanting to talk to you for a long time about your thoughts on Elon Musk. When he came out and he pushed that, I watched for, 30 or 45 minutes before they made it live, his presentation that he was doing about Neuralink. And just the fact that he brought it out and used it in swine, like, are we swine? Is that what he's trying to say? And then also, he's been quoted in interviews, if memory serves, where he said he would not be getting a Neuralink. So I really, it's kind of a mixed message for me. Like, you're trying to sell your product, but you're putting it forward as we're swine, and you're not going to get it yourself.
Well, and that's kind of weird that he would say that, because he says that that's the way that we can combat AI. I totally forgot to mention that just a few moments ago, naming the things that he's doing. You don't think that he's government contracted in the background doing some of that Neuralink stuff for our government or our military? I think so.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's just my thoughts.
I get worried about the whole transhumanist idea, the fact that the one speech I watched him give, he talked about our neocortex being the most advanced computer that we could have on this planet, but it's being driven by a monkey mind, the reptilian brain. So giving it over to AI is a good choice. Are we all going to be slaves to this stuff, or what?
Yeah, no, I think at some point, we're all going to be. Again, is there anything else that you would like to say before you go? I'm going to pull up the video, and I'm actually going to briefly talk about this just real quick, because a lot of people have not seen my second channel, Marfoogle News, at 161,000 subscribers. This is the video I was talking about, and I'll briefly kind of explain that. Is there one more thing you want to say before you go, though?
No, I just wanted to thank you. I wanted to thank the Foogle fam for pushing our YouTube page over 1,000. That was fantastic. We really appreciate it. Anybody else wants to check it out, go ahead. That'd be really awesome.
Well, Bones and Tubbs, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for calling in. Please be safe, be prepared, and Marf out.